Good morning, or afternoon, or whatever time it is. It's not a morning, but
Good evening from Sweden.
yes, there we go. Hello, we're ready to do July transits already. I can't even. What is happening with
No.
this year?
Yeah. I don't know. Like it feels like summer really just started and now we're reading July.
Yeah.
Which is yes, it feels like way too much in the future for us to be doing a transit reading about this month. But here we are.
For real. It is moving
Yeah.
at a very speedy pace. So I don't know. Some years just seem to do that. Some years just seem to go faster. I don't know why this
Yeah.
year is going faster.
Yeah.
But it is.
I remember you saying at some point that there's actual proof of
Mhm.
of time moving a little fast, or like what we experience as time moving
Yeah.
faster, that the energy, what is it,
It was like
the
the
pulse
the
of the,
heartbeat of the
yeah,
earth has
it's going
since it's
faster.
been measured by the Navy, and it is, I don't know, it started a way long time ago, but since we started measuring it, it's significantly speeded up. Sped up. I can talk.
It's sped.
Yeah. So it's going faster.
Yeah, so we're
So
just coming from a,
we're gonna go speedily through our transits today. That's what we're gonna do.
yeah, let's have a look at this
What's going
month.
on? What's the first thing happening in July?
The first transit in July is on July 2nd. It's a Neptune retrograde. So it's not a transit. Well, it's transiting backwards in Pisces. So all planets, not the moon, not the sun, but all the rest of the planets do go retrograde from time to time. And that means that it looks in the sky like the planet is moving backwards. So it's moving backwards in the zodiac as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And these
I didn't know Neptune was going retrograde in Pisces again. I guess I didn't realize that. I was excited for the movement into Aries.
oh, really? I'm
Yeah, I was
excited
like,
for this.
oh,
I'm not ready for it.
I think I
I'm quite
am.
happy that Neptune is going to stay in Pisces for a little bit longer. Because,
Interesting.
yeah, Neptune is on very, very late degrees in Pisces, you guys, and Neptune moves super slow. The second slowest planet in our solar system to move through the zodiac. And we probably won't experience another time in this life with Neptune in Pisces. So, and Neptune is at home in Pisces. So for me, I'm like, okay, there's still a little bit more to be done here with this energy of Neptune being in Pisces, like this,
yeah,
super compassionate, understanding each other, love position.
healing.
And we're not quite done. We're retrograding back now. So Neptune is going to be moving backwards in Pisces, stay there for a bit longer.
Mm-hmm. And he's at like 29 degrees in 55 minutes. I
Yeah.
I just looked yesterday and I was like, oh yay, he's gonna move into Aries. And then, no, never mind. Wrong again. So
Yeah.
his retrograde cycle is quite long, and he, like you said, he moves really slow. So he'll be hanging out there for a while. So uh we can't keep checking out into the things that aren't moving us forward. We have to keep working on mindfulness practices and being aware of our healing that needs to take place. That's really what Pisces and Neptune are really all about. Is you can either check out or you can check in. And as a global community, I just watched a thing about Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he is starting to basically capture the science of really, really deep healing meditations, and not just like mindfulness meditations, and not just like try to fall asleep, but like intense healing meditations, like utilizing your brain in a really intense way in these meditations. And he's been doing these retreats and stuff where he's got 15,000 people and he's measuring their brain scans and doing all of their heart coherence and like getting data. And it's really impressive, the data he's gathering. I just watched this movie called The Source, And it's phenomenal about basically this information, right? Utilizing the mature side of Neptune and Pisces to get into this etheric realm that we don't know a lot about and
Mm.
get some really good data there. And I think Saturn going through Pisces is helping with that too, right? Being mature
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
that. So this is interesting. So we're going to be
That's really
doing
interesting.
July as a retrograde first with the planet of
Yeah,
healing, feeling, and compassionate artistry. All right.
for
What's next
sure.
after that?
So actually on the same day, also Mercury in Cancer is trying to Neptune in Pisces going backwards. So there will be a lot of this watery
Mm,
energy, and Mercury deals with the way we think. So it will be, our minds will be very influenced by Neptune, and Neptune is also like about fantasies and, like you said, checking out or checking in.
yeah.
So think about that around July 2nd.
Yeah, that could
A
be
little
a
bit
great
later.
day for you to really start practicing
Yeah.
or implementing a meditation practice, right? Like if you haven't, I know this is something I'm working on. Like I do my Duolingo and I want to start adding my meditation onto that. So I'm already doing the one habit, now adding a new habit onto that. And for me, I know it's meditation. So I think
Mm.
this feels July 2nd feels like a great day to like start implementing that with the mind,
Yeah.
having a lovely conversation with Neptune, both in that watery feeling,
Yeah.
spiritual energy.
And a little bit later that day, Mercury actually enters into Leo.
Yes.
Yeah, so first we have that trine with Neptune, and then Mercury is moving into Leo, a very different energy from being in Cancer. So going into this fire sign that will take action
Yeah.
and focus on fun. So it'll going from this very inwards, like watery realms to, all right, what can we do for fun?
And it's
How can
fun
I?
that
Yeah.
is great for like almost like a stable fun, right? Like an ongoing hobby where you're crocheting something and it's an ongoing project, right? People forget that Leo is a real stable fire and
Yeah,
really
fixed
really
sign.
consistent, stable. It's a
Hmm.
fixed sign. So your mind in Leo can really look like starting something that you want to sustain for a while, right? So that meditation practice when it's trying to Neptune,
Mm,
implementing that and keeping it going and sustaining it is great with that in that staying power of Leo. I like that.
mm, mm. We have another thing this day.
Oh, busy day.
Busy day. Venus in Cancer
Okay.
will be trying to Saturn in Pisces.
That's a nice energy.
Very nice. A water trine between Venus, everything that we like, love, relationships, things that we value, in a lovely conversation to Saturn, the planet that deals with like karma, making sure that we're doing the lessons that we need to be doing in this lifetime,
Working hard.
working hard, doing the things that we need to do to go forward.
Yeah. Spending time creating a structure is Saturn's perfection. He loves that. He wants you to have a structure and set something up to work within. Right? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you need to flow on the ocean, you still got to be in a structure like a boat or something. Right? You have to have
Mm,
some type of structure within these watery energies. So Venus is
mm,
relationships and it's money. So
yeah.
this would be great if you have like we've been kind of willy-nilly in it with our finances for years and I am really working on spreadsheets and putting in the effort and mature energy of Saturn to create that structure so that there can be this financial flow and I know
Mm,
what's flowing in and what's flowing out. July 2nd,
yeah.
fantastic day for these
Yeah.
types of things.
Yeah, and like great for initial, like if you know you're on a good path with a relationship or with a business, seal the deal on July 2nd.
Yes.
Seal the deal because Saturn in a trine position to Venus is just amazing. Like if this was a Saturn square to Mars, for example, I would not be sealing the deal in any relationships.
No.
But no, because Saturn can be harsh, quite harsh when we're not doing what we're supposed to do, and if we're doing it the wrong way. But Saturn in the trine to Venus, and also Venus being in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces, just feels super like romantic, and also like focus on your home with Cancer energy, and it just feels like a very intuitive day. But also you have Saturn there, so that it keeps you realistic and like okay, well, let's decide to do this. Let's decide to move in together, or, like something along the
Yeah.
lines of that, or like
Yeah.
starting a business, something that has to do with your values.
I'm so curious. This could show up in so many ways for so many, people, because there's so many combinations of this, right? With like you said, the home, or it could be with
Yeah.
creating, relationship, or it could be money, or it could be, right? Like there's so many various areas that this can manifest for you, but it definitely is around being mature and taking time and creating a structure with, and then something with a relationship, either with money or with people or with your home
Mhm.
or your living environment. So lots of different ways this can manifest. July 2nd is busy. Whew.
Yeah, it is. Who?
July 3rd, we've got Mercury in Leo, and this is going to be opposite to our lovely friend Pluto hanging out over there at early degree Aquarius. So now we've got this opposition energy, which feels kind of like a ping pong game or a tennis match, right? Back and forth. And it can get a little frustrating when the planet of that rules the mind and our thoughts and the way we communicate is opposite the planet of power and obsession
Mm.
and intense transformation. That doesn't feel the best.
Oh yeah. No, and also in those early degrees, I feel like it's sort of like the baby energy of Mercury in Leo
Yeah.
and Pluto in Aquarius. So it could be quite a little bit foot in mouth day.
Mm-hmm.
Could be because Mercury is in Leo, so you're gonna be expressive with whatever you're thinking about. And then Pluto in Aquarius is like, let's break the rules about everything,
100%. I was looking at this going, this is total foot and mouth day.
Mm.
100%. If you're prone to that, such as me, um, really just don't talk to anybody this day.
Yeah.
Just avoid saying
Lock
anything.
yourself
Don't,
in.
yeah, don't go on social media. Don't, no, just don't. It's just better if you just maybe go out to the woods and talk to the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, because both Leo and Aquarius, those energies can be quite proud also,
Uh-huh.
and and they're fixed energy, so quite stubborn. So maybe here, yeah, let's not have those deep conversations about super important things. Think about them. Think
And pay
about
it
them. Maybe you have a really cool idea about changing something, but don't let it out quite yet
pay
to the
attention
other
to
person.
where this shows up in your chart. So I've got Leo in my third and fourth house. So this is going to show up with me talking because that's where my early degree Leo is. So I better really, really just be real careful. this is
Mm.
this is where, man, if somebody had known this about me when I was little and they could like teach me these things and like be like, Laura, just shut your mouth on July 3rd. Just
Check your
pour
mouth.
pour all of your things into a journal on July 3rd. Just don't
Yeah,
talk
that's
to
great.
anybody for
Yeah.
the day. Just talk
Mm.
to yourself. Go cut
Yeah.
grass and talk to the people in your head, right? So helpful, you guys.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a really, really cool transit for having breakthrough ideas.
Yes.
Mm.
And like you said, maybe don't tell people because they're going to be weird ideas too, because we got,
Mm.
Aquarius involved. So, and people won't necessarily understand the
No.
bigness of the idea, which Leo is so good at bringing in big energy, and they may not understand the weirdness of the transformative idea. So, great idea day, but put it in your journal and don't post it on social media.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. July 5th, we've got Mars is in Taurus. And this is going to have an easy conversation. It's called a sextile with Saturn and Pisces. So these two are going to be having a lovely chat for a short time. And this is where you get to take action and make some plans, but they're mature because Saturn's involved. So you're not going to like, run out and get yourself arrested and do something stupid. You're usually going to take action on really important things that pertain to business or career or something where there's been an area of maturity where you've been really
Mm.
working towards growth. I love
Mm.
this for people.
I do too. Yeah.
This feels
Mars
great.
except Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Growth.
Yep.
Same day. New
July
moon in
5th.
Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
This is such a good moon energy for
Yeah.
calling in some new compassion energy, some new ideas of how we can show our motherly energy, our compassionate. How can we take care of ourselves and our loved ones in a new
Yeah.
way? How can we
Yeah.
show them? How can we be of service in a new
Yeah.
way? How can we show ourselves that we,
Yeah.
love and care for ourselves? Do we need to change our food routine? Do we maybe need to start taking care of our body differently with exercise? How can we take care of ourselves better? This new moon is great for that.
I love this. I love Cancer energy, and Cancer represents the mother so much. And the moon is at home in Cancer. The moon, um, yes, the moon is at home in Cancer, and I also feel like if you're looking for a new place to live or anything that has to do with your home or your immediate family, this is a great time to manifest something in that area, or maybe to go and look for a house, like look online, like look for these things that has to do with your home and immediate family.
Are you telling yourself this?
I am telling myself this. Yeah, I'm looking for another place to live. So I am, yeah, yes, Helena, on the July 5th.
That's fun.
I'm gonna be scrolling the internet for a lovely home for myself and my boyfriend. That's what I'm gonna do, and also bouncing off this full moon that we had in Capricorn not too long ago, when the sun is in Cancer, the moon was in Capricorn,
Mm-hmm.
and this is sort of a continuation of that. I'm sure that a lot of people this past full moon experienced some kind of mom or dad issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much mommy daddy energy, um, stuff coming to the surface, and this is a good way to maybe continue with those topics, but in a different way. In On a new moon, you invite something,
Yes.
invite a change,
Mm-hmm.
invite a new habit, maybe, or like, yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
That feels lovely. And I really love that it is connected with that Mars and Saturn sextile as well. That and
Oh
in the
yeah,
in the
wow.
Taurus Pisces, like that just feels, because Taurus is very relationship oriented and Pisces is very healing oriented. And like it feels like a great combo with Sun and Moon in
Mm.
Cancer, Mars Taurus, having a lovely conversation with Saturn Pisces.
Mm.
It works together. It
It
works.
does.
Nobody's arguing. It's a really lovely, like, hey, do the damn healing. Do the work.
Mm.
Do the thing that makes your family function better, right? Do the thing that makes your home feel good, right? Very Cancerian energy, and very like take action on being mature around this area. What's the thing you need in your life to feel good, like your family can function better, right? Mm. Lovely. But July 5th, great day for that.
Mm.
All right, July 8th, we've got Venus is in Cancer, and this is going to be having one of those short conversations as well, sextile. And this is with the crazy planet Uranus in Taurus. So
Fun.
this is going to shake some stuff up. We're going to maybe have a little bit of a foundational shift with how we do money and relationships. So this can encourage you to make a shift there, or maybe take a look at your home in a new way. There's all kinds of different
Mm.
ways this one can show up too, but it's usually people, home, and food,
Mm-hmm.
relationship to food and people and home. Something's going to be changed up there.
Definitely. I also feel like with Venus and Uranus in a sextile, this could be a day when you go for like a crazy haircut, or like you change your there's something, maybe you go shopping, you find that really cool dress that you're going to be wearing all summer long. It's also your appearance with Venus, like how do we beautify ourselves, and beautifying in a like in Uranus can bring those genius, like, there you go. Never thought of coloring your eyebrows purple. Now you did, and you love it. You know?
We just had purple eyebrows here this weekend for the musical
What?
my kids were in,
You did?
Alice in Wonderland. And Gertie was the Cheshire Cat, so we had to make her eyebrows and her hair
Oh,
and stuff purple. That's so fun. And then Saffron, of course, my little
yeah.
Aquarius, was like, "I want purple," and I was like, "Yes, you do.
Yes.
Come here." So we had purple eyebrows.
Wow. Oh, so yeah, okay.
That's very
Perfect.
funny. Oh, thank you for saying that exact thing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yes, and they were fun. Everybody was rocking purple eyebrows. We had fun. It was great. And it does change your appearance when you have purple eyebrows. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a great idea, though. My husband and I have both been feeling eager for a haircut. And I'm talking like a haircut. Like this thing has to go. It's like getting to be like 2.5 feet. It's ridiculous. And I used to have a really short bob and I loved it. And I'm feeling like I think
coming
it's
back.
coming. I think it's
Ooh.
coming. Yeah. And the last time I had a short bob was in 2015, 2016. And I was a Leo rising in my solar return at that
Like you
time.
are this year.
And I am this year. And I was like, of course I would be itching for that. And he's ready
Yeah.
for a cleanup as well. And I was like, okay, it's coming. I know it's coming soon. I'm not sure when, but I know it's coming soon. Maybe it's the 8th. We'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Oof.
I
Looking
love that you
forward
mentioned haircut.
to
That's
that.
great.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Well, actually, the same day on July 8th, we have Mercury in Leo, also in a sextile to Jupiter in Gemini. Okay, so this will be a very fast thinking day. Great for like mingling, seeing friends, and just like being out and being like
Yeah.
sharing your thoughts and ideas with your friends
Yes.
or frenemies. Yeah.
That too. This could be a
Yeah.
great one too for um, putting yourself out there in social media as well. Like maybe you are ready to start doing reels, or I don't know, changing your marketing up a little bit. This is a really great one for trying on a new appearance and putting yourself out there more. Mercury in Leo. Let's try this idea and see how people respond. Let's put this idea out there. And of course, Jupiter and Gemini is like really optimistic about everything they say.
Yeah.
So these two are going to be a great time for you to kind of plan and play and share yourself and your ideas out in the world a little bit more, and try, if you've been wanting to get into reels and videos and stuff and you aren't quite comfortable there yet, July 8th, circle your calendar. Try one thing that day. It'll feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Great.
So July 10th, we have the sun in Cancer is having a lovely trine to Saturn in Pisces. So another water trine, which I just love.
So far, it's just been lovely transits, hasn't it?
I love water trines. But they can, you guys, with Pisces, we keep talking about all the like healing and feeling, but I do want to bring up, it can get confusing and nebulous and quite irritating if you're just wandering through the fog and trying to see things with your visual eyes. That's not how Pisces energy shows up. Pisces energy and Cancer sometimes can show up through the feels. You got to get out of your brain and down into your body and feel what you're supposed to be moving towards or working on or taking action with. And that's not the most comfortable for some of us. So just kind of awareness that Pisces is not always lovey-dovey. It can feel really frustrating and nebulous and like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah. And that can lead to being or feeling very anxious in your body. Like this past week, the week we're living with the full moon in Capricorn, there's also a lot of hard Neptune transits. So there's been a lot of like, anxiety around because Neptune, because of that fog, you don't know anything. So you like, you just,
it can feel confusing. So when you're feeling confused, I know this sounds funny, but stop thinking and drop into your feels. Do something creative for a few moments. Just get some flow going, whether that's picking up a colored pencil or a crayon and start drawing some flowers and some grass, right? Just get some type of flow going of any kind. Doodling is wonderful to open up that channel. So start doodling block letters with your name if you don't know what else to doodle, right? Just get some type of flow going and you'll start to feel things moving. But you got to get out of the brain for a moment when there's water energy happening. So July 10th is that sun in Cancer water and the Saturn in Pisces water. So this is where we may need to call on people for some support and be like, do you know what's happening? I'm kind of confused. Can you help me? Help me see what's happening, because people in our life can have a different perspective. And that's really what's going on is when the sun's in Cancer, it's almost like it's foggy out on the ocean that day.
Mm.
right? Because Saturn's in Pisces, which is all fog and nebulous. And I always think of Cancer as like the surface of the ocean. So the boat is confused as to where the land is, as it's foggy. So you got to have somebody up above the clouds directing you as to where to go, right? So somebody with a different perspective. And they
Yeah.
can say, oh, take a right, go left, head straight, you're doing great. And that's
Mm.
where calling on that friend on July 10th may be really helpful for you to take a different perspective.
Mm. Yeah. And the day after, we have another water trine.
So
Then we
much,
have Venus, so much water.
so much
Venus
water.
in Cancer trine, which feels really nice for the summer, I feel like these water trines, you
Yeah.
know, it's warm outside in the northern hemisphere. So when you have all this water energy, also, yeah, go to the ocean,
Yep.
go lay in a lake,
Yep.
be close to water. It will help you to get deeper in to yourself, into your feelings. Yeah. So we have Venus in Cancer in a trine to Neptune in Pisces.
Nice. So that means Venus is at the tail end of Cancer at
Wow.
this point. This
Yeah.
can be really lovey dovey. Really
Oh,
lovey dovey.
yeah. Wow. All of these trines with Venus.
Yeah, it's a really active energy this month with Venus and with water. We're gonna be
I'm
feeling
really
some
loving
feels
this.
this month. That's what it
I
is.
feel like we're going to be very flirty and like romantic in July,
Yeah.
with Venus being still in Cancer and all of these trines to like Neptune and Saturn. Neptune being that like, dreamy and flirty, and then ah,
Yep.
okay, I like it. Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. July 11th is when Venus then has that trine to Neptune and then goes into Leo right after that.
Yeah.
So now we start to heat up. And that's where you said the flirty comes in, right? We get some flirt, we get some boldness with what our values are and what we value and taking some
Mm,
action there. This can be fun too. I think Venus in Leo really is loves to make people smile and be that entertaining energy.
mm.
That feels so lovely.
Yeah. It's a really fun energy, like, mixing Venus and Leo energy uh gives a very like fun, like you will want to be out and party, whatever party is to you, like meet people and yeah, be a little flirty, put on like those clothes that make you feel like, yeah, you can look at me, like it's fine if people look at me because I'm looking good today, that kind of energy.
Yeah,
And we need that.
we do.
We need that. Yeah.
We do.
Be a little bit bold
Hmm.
and flirty.
Especially after all those water trines, all the
Yeah.
confusion. All of a sudden, we get some like, boom, right here's. We had that boldness with Mercury and Mercury. Was it Mercury opposite Pluto? So there's some
Yes.
boldness there on the third. Remember the
Mm,
day you don't say shit.
exactly.
And then now we get a little bit more boldness here when Venus enters into Leo on the 11th. So, but this is
Mm,
more of like a softer boldness, a more
yeah.
compassionate boldness coming from the heart instead of what we think.
Yeah.
So then on the 12th, we have an interesting energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Venus in Leo now will be opposite to Pluto in Aquarius.
Yep.
So this is a little bit of tension because again, like with the Mercury and Pluto opposition, we're still dealing with the same signs, Leo and Aquarius, fixed signs, stubborn energy.
Yep.
Your Venus being in Leo, wanting to be out there and vibrant and fun, and la la la, and then Pluto in Aquarius is maybe can get a little bit controlling and maybe a little bit obsessive about how you're doing this.
Yeah. And making sure that there is a rebelliousness factor, right? I feel like
Mm,
Pluto and Aquarius is making sure that we do have some rebelliousness. There's got to be
mm,
somewhere in there because he
mm,
wants that transformation and Aquarius is like, "Hey, let's do it. Let's go." So those two energies are very transformative and Venus
mm,
is like, "Oh, but I want things to feel good." So she doesn't necessarily want to have these like arguments. So whatever Venus and Leo is valuing at that time, there may be some things that like we end up doing that we regret later. This
Yeah.
could be an energy where we might need to humble ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this could be a situation when you're out, you see something fabulous in a store that is super expensive, but super Leo, like it's sparkly and shiny, and it will look great in your home or on you. And then you buy it, but you like don't really have the funds for it. So you borrow a lot of money from someone, and then this can cause a lot of mm, ugly Pluto energy
Yeah.
as a result. Like just like a that power struggle within
But
that, and like
butting
now you
heads.
owe this person, yeah, and not a good thing. So yeah, watch out how you how you use that Venus in Leo this day.
Yeah.
Don't maybe run at everything that sparkles.
Yes.
Yeah, be humble, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Venus and Leo will want to spend money more openly than any other sign. This is a placement where she will just
Have fun,
piss the
spend it
money
all.
away. Piss the
Oh
money
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Out the door. There it goes. So again, humility, July 12th. July
Yeah.
15th. All right, we're in the middle of the month. Mars in Taurus is conjunct to Uranus in Taurus. Okay, guys, write this
Mm.
down. Put this on your calendar,
Oh yeah.
please. Please circle this, put a sticker, whatever you need to put a sticky note on your forehead. You got to put this date on the calendar. This is one of those biggies. Okay. This is a once every 4-year transit, 4.5. How long does Mars take? Like 4.5 years, I think.
Yes. Yes, something
So
like
this
that.
is once in every 4.5 year transit. So 4.5 years ago, I don't know if you remember what was going on, but the world was freaking weird. Okay. People were wearing maxi pads on their face and wearing bubbles over their heads, and kids were playing instruments inside bubbles at a school. Like shit was weird.
Yeah. This is
And
gonna be very interesting. Yeah, like Uranus is in late degrees. We have talked so much about Uranus in Taurus. There's so much material on that on our podcast. You can go back and listen to it lots more.
yep.
And now like Mars is joining up Uranus just for these last couple of degrees, and like throwing oil on the fire of whatever Uranus and Taurus is
Stirring the
doing.
pot.
Oh
this
yeah.
this is pot stirring activity here.
Mm.
And I'm laughing. I kind of have this like chuckle or this feeling inside of like it's it feels like an energy because Mars is like that little kid. This is if you're looking at all the planets as a personality in your chart, and each one has a different personality. Mars is the little kid, like the 8 or 9 year old who just goes out and plays and hits a stick against a tree and it's very active and like imagination and doing stuff. And you tell them no and they got a little bit of an ego, but for the most part they're playful and fun. Mars is that energy. And in Taurus it can get real stubborn, real stubborn. And Uranus is really about chaos, rebellion, and making sure that we are stepping into our own authority. So this is the guy that's like, no, we're not going to do what you tell us to do because that doesn't make sense. I want to do it this new way because this is fun or makes more sense or because I want to. So, man, parenting this
Yeah.
day just makes me think I don't want to do parenting this day.
But I also feel like this is definitely this will be a confronting day for sure, and globally this will, we're going to see headlines in the news. I don't know what's going to happen, but
Food and water and farming, and just watch July 15th for something with social media. Keep an eye on TikTok, see what's going on
yeah.
with that because there's some stuff happening already, and this is going to shake it up. It's going to shake up the food
Yeah.
system even more. Transportation system, right? How do we
Yeah.
transport our food? There could be things. I know in America we have a lot of like mysterious railroad incidences where trains derail with toxic chemicals polluting waters and fields and stuff. Like this just keeps
Mm.
happening accidentally. in air quotes. And
Mm.
so there's weird shit like that may be happening this day as well or around this time. And it's Taurus, so maybe it'll start this day but happen trickle down the road
Yeah.
a couple days from now. So July 15th, be aware of some chaos. This could even look like at home, like your fridge goes out,
Yeah.
right? Because you got
Something disturbing
yep,
the,
yep,
the safety of you.
yep.
Yeah.
Your freezer goes out, your fridge goes out, your car isn't working, you can't transport yourself, right? Your van is there's like foundational things you rely on. I just heard someone in my head go, "We better get the tires fixed on the van." It's that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right? Be aware that this is the kind of
Mm.
chaos that might show up. And also release what has been holding you back this day. Very much let go of the things that are not letting you move forward in the way
Mm.
that you need to.
Yeah, yeah, because Mars is there to really give Uranus a push forward,
Mhm.
like do it faster, you know.
Yes.
So it's also like it can be uncomfortable, but necessary probably for the story that is our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 3 days later, so that's the 15th, and then the 18th, the sun, which is just making its way through late degree Cancer, is now going to be having a short sextile conversation to Uranus and Taurus. So we've got a couple Uranus conversations here on the 15th and the 18th. So we got to be aware that things are getting shaken up. Our identity, the sun, is now having this conversation with you gotta be weird, man. Let go be
Mm.
weird. Do weird stuff with your house. Maybe you paint your front door a funky color. Maybe you again, this could be a great haircut day too. Like, this is like you're gonna change something about identity. And that could look
Yeah.
like your home's identity or the way you identify with food. Maybe you make a nutritional shift and you start eating mostly plant-based or something, right? There's lots of things that
Yeah,
could change up here.
for sure. Because sun is vitality as well. It's what keeps us alive pretty much. So yeah, very much like new ideas about how you keep that inner flame burning.
Yeah, this is a great day for your home. If you want to like change something about your home or rearrange or paint something or redecorate, maybe you go rummage sailing and you find some new stuff for your home. July 18th is a fantastic day for that.
Mm.
I like that. July
Yeah.
20th, this is my daughter's 11th birthday. What's happening on this day? This will be her solar return. All right.
All right. So on her
Ma-
birthday,
Mars is in Taurus and going to be sextile to Neptune in Pisces. I like that. This is where physical and spiritual realms meet up. That feels nice. We got that
feel
physical,
nice.
tangible space with that Mars, that tangibility in Taurus, earthy energy, and
Yeah.
then the intangible planet of Neptune and the intangible sign of Pisces. So, again, really earth meets the spiritual,
Yeah.
however that looks for you. Oh, that feels lovely. She's going to have that for the whole year. Yay.
That's nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
And
And
then
on the
that's,
same day,
yeah.
Mars enters into Gemini.
Mm.
And we already have Jupiter here in Gemini. And Jupiter has not been here for that long
Nope.
yet. I don't
12
know if you
years.
guys are feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. He's only
It
at like
will be there for
5 or 6 degrees right now. So at the end of
hmm,
July, you won't be very much further into Gemini. So this will be
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Mars entering here will be uh adding a lot more of that Gemini energy globally for everyone. And like yeah, Jupiter is already here, enlarging everything that has to do with Gemini, which is communication, which is media, which is uh just how our ideas are just like a little bit enlightenment. It's a
Yes.
little bit about like enlightened, and then Mars entering here with the drive,
Yes.
like drive to really go further with this kind of communication.
I love to think of Mars as a various different types of vehicles. So when Mars is in Taurus, we're driving like a lawn tractor or a farm tractor or like an ATV or something very like rugged and earthy, right? And now
Mm,
Mars enters Gemini and we get out of that tractor's type vehicle and we enter into a hot air balloon or an airplane or something very like a kite, right? A paraglider. Like we go up We go up so that we can see a new perspective. So
Mm.
now we were just in the woods, or we were just out in the garden for a while with Mars there, and now we get to go up and look at the woods and the garden from a new perspective.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, and it's interesting that you say like kite, because I'm thinking about Gemini also, how it can change direction.
Mm-hmm.
With Mars in Gemini, I feel like this could also lead to things changing direction fast
Yes.
in the world.
Yes. It feels,
Mm.
Gemini feels like not quite like an airliner that sustains itself up by itself like an airplane, but it feels more like a paraglider or something where you're still tethered to something on Earth, because it's the sign of the pillars, which is like connects the Earth with the heavens. So yeah, I get to go up, but I'm still like connected to something down there. So there's like a rope or a tether, and I get to just kind of go back and forth or float around, very much like a paraglider, like they do on vacations when you are attached to a boat and then you're up in the
Yeah.
water, you're up in the
Yeah.
air, and
Yeah.
like that. So I think that's what we are going to be experiencing, and it's great for taking action on networking. Oh my gosh, if you are in a
Yeah.
business, July 20th is when you need to take off into networking realm. Start working with new people, connecting with new people, finding new people. Lots of
Mm.
chit chat, lots of chatter. Talk, talk, talk.
Yeah. Yeah. And take action on your ideas.
Yeah, those ideas you had earlier in the month, which we said don't tell anybody. Now you can start to tell people about them.
Yeah.
It's a little safer energy now.
Yeah.
Full moon. Ooh,
The
another full moon.
second full moon in Capricorn.
Interesting. This is one
Yes,
of
so this
those
is,
two
yeah, this is what
timers.
you call a blue moon. So it's a
Yes.
blue moon in Capricorn because it's the second full moon in Capricorn this year, which is crazy. But also I feel like, okay, yes, this makes sense. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the rest of the world on the full moon in Capricorn we had
Right.
just a little while ago, but I felt like it was a very strong full moon. So we need this second one shortly after, just a month after, to continue letting go whatever happened on the first full moon that had to do
Mhm.
with probably something to do with family, mom or dad, things that came up, structure, tradition, the home. Oh yeah.
All that. I know I
Hmm.
felt it.
Same.
You and I were
Same. We had a
talking
big
before this
conversation about it.
podcast. Yep, we've been
Mm.
talking back and forth about family, and we're like, ooh, ooh, okay, this is entertaining. Yeah, we'll call it entertaining. Let's do that. Like,
I guess because things need to come up to be able to be resolved. And yeah, Capricorn deals with structure and tradition, and Cancer deals with the home and the mother. So this is very much things that are close to home for us that came up, things
yeah,
that needs to be dealt with. And it's like, okay, you don't get one full moon in Capricorn, you get two, because there's a
dos.
lot of stuff to do. There's a
Mm.
lot of shit to be dealt with.
It's not often we
Thank
have a
you.
blue
I
moon like
yeah.
that.
No.
This is a more rare occurrence, and it's not an easy energy to deal with two of them back to back
Mm.
like that. So
Yeah.
everybody be gentle with yourself and be compassionate with yourself, because then the next day we have well, no, the same day full moon in Capricorn on July 21st, and that same day Venus is in Leo, and then she's going to be sextile to Jupiter and Gemini. So now again we have some fire with some air, and that can get us active, and there can be some words said that maybe aren't what we wanted to
They're
say.
gonna just come out fast, straight
Mhm.
from your thinking center. Like, well,
Yeah.
barely touching your thinking center, just like, bloop.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So that's, just be cautious on that full moon day. Let's just put it that way. Just be
yeah, yeah.
cautious with what you say. Again, use that journal. Put your ideas into there first before spewing them out the mouth. This is talking to me. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing. I'm Laura
because you see
telling
what's
Laura this.
also, yeah, because you see what's also happening on the same day. Mercury in Leo will be in a square to Uranus in Taurus. So this is really
Oh,
like, Mercury in a square to Uranus. This is uncomfortable um energy between Mercury, the mind, and how you communicate, and Uranus,
yeah.
who really just um shakes things up, and like you'll have like genius ideas, sure,
Yep.
but things will just happen fast,
Yep.
and things will be shaken up. So all of these things happening on the full moon, when our
Us-
emotions are bubbling up to the surface. This is, I see it. This is another big, like very um active full moon, very active full moon.
Yeah. This you guys get us again July 21st. Circle your calendar. Put a big huge warning of like compassion, patience, gentleness with yourself, and just really like understand the energy of this day is
Yeah,
this is a big day.
it's a
This
big day. We also have two trines on
this
top of
is
this.
big ego, big movement, emotional, big. There's two. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go through this real quick. So it is a full moon in Capricorn. It is Venus in Leo is having a sextile or an easy conversation with Jupiter and Gemini. So we've got stubborn heat with our values and our
Bigness.
relationships, with big expansion with what we say. Okay. Then we've got the same day, Mercury, how we say things in stubborn Leo, having a very tension filled conversation with the planet of chaos and rebelliousness in stubborn Taurus. So that should be really entertaining. And then the same day, the sun's in Cancer, and he's having a trine with Neptune and Pisces. So we've got some confusion there around what's going on, some fog there. And but it's an easy fog, it's an easy conversation, but there's still the energy
It
of the
allows you to be more empathic with everything that's going on during this. It'll be tears. Tears will be falling.
so emotional. That is so
Yeah.
emotional. And then that same day, Mars is in Gemini having a trine to Pluto in Aquarius. Oh my God. So this
Intense.
is intense energy with the relationships with people, because Gemini and Aquarius is people. This is a people, how we talk to people, the kinds of people, just the energy with people. And now we've got rebellious Aquarius and transformational Pluto with drive and ambition Mars and ego filled Mars in the duality of Gemini. Oh
Mm.
my God.
But yeah. So let's just throw Pluto in there on this day. And Pluto is so much, yeah, transformation. So this is going to be a super active, super intense full moon. But with Neptune there in that trine to the sun, it will allow you to, sort of a little bit more be empathetic and
Mhm.
see the other person's perspective.
Yep.
And then all of these things happening have a possibility to be super transformational for you.
This is an incredibly active day.
Yeah.
Wow. And with all aspects of the human experience, values, emotions, parenting, lineage stuff, the way we express ourselves, how we express ourselves, and the action we take, and the way we rebel and step into our own independence and authority are all active, you guys. Like this,
Mm.
wow. Okay.
And like these transits, I feel like also play in really well with the letting go energy of the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
All right. Should be fun.
I'm a little bit stunned by that.
I am
By
too.
this day. Yeah.
And then I'm thinking about the fact that my daughter's birthday is the day before this, and this is all probably in her solar return. And
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
just,
Yep. All right.
yep. Yay. Then July 22nd, we have the shift of our sun, our identity center, our vitality into Leo. So this is where we get some good vibes going. We get out of the emotional and compassionate and feeling energy of Cancer and into the optimistic and big Leo sign. Now he loves this position. The
Yeah.
sun loves
Yeah.
Leo. This is where it feels the best.
I feel like someone's just turning up the music to be like, like the party is waking up.
For real. For real.
It's
It
my
is.
birthday. It's my birthday
Season.
season. So, all right, bring it.
Bring it on. All right. So this brings some big like character energy, being a character, right? Playing a character is really where this is great for everybody, especially those introverted people. The sun in Leo is when you can kind of feel a little bit less introverted.
Yeah.
I like
So yeah,
helping people out a little bit. Come on, you can play too.
yeah.
It's okay. Come on out.
But sort of like on the same day, we also have the sun opposite to Pluto in the sky.
Wah, wah.
So Leo season starts with an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius, and the sun and Pluto being opposite to each other. This is really, really tension filled, and because it's about your vitality and ego,
Power.
yeah, and then power and control and obsession.
Yes, ma'am.
So who's gonna win this fight? I don't know, but there will be a fight within you or like around you, like power struggle for sure this day.
Yep. Be careful of like self-destructive behaviors. Be careful of like lots of just internal fight,
Yeah.
right? Learn how to take these two energies and channel both of them into something that's productive or healthy instead of just going at each other.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. At the same time, whenever you're dealing with Pluto, it's transformational. It has the possibility to be very transformational.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then Mercury on the 25th, we have a couple days of pause, thank goodness, so we can recover from all the stuff. Then the 25th, Mercury is going to jump over into Virgo, which Mercury loves Virgo. So we now have the sun in Leo, which it feels good about, and then Mercury in one of its ruling signs, Gemini being the other ones. So Mercury's in Virgo, happy to be here and exchange information. So this is a really lovely time for your brain to gather data and get those spreadsheets you started earlier in the month, get those filled out, get all your data into the places it needs to be. Someone in my head is like, oh good, yes, I've been doing a lot of spreadsheet work and it feels like I'm pushing a rock uphill, and I feel like once July 25th happens, it will be a little bit easier to get that energy flowing into the spreadsheet stuff a little bit more. So I love that. And that same day, this sun in Leo is going to be having a lovely, easy conversation with Mars and Gemini. So a little sextile energy there. So good, healthy ego drive, ambition with Sun and Leo, with a nice communicative drive with Mars and Gemini. So I feel like this is kind of a great day to socialize, talk, mingle, go out to a barbecue, have a lovely summer party.
Yeah.
Go meet some new people. And then
Yeah.
our last
Yes.
one of the month, thank goodness, Chiron is going retrograde in Aries. So he's been transiting back and forth in Aries for a while. He takes a while to go through a sign. So all those in the generation with Chiron and Aries, you guys are doing some healing and you are working on stepping into this boldness of Aries. So everybody's working on healing this wound around being bold and doing the thing that sounds fun and is new. And also healing some personal battles. Like we got to do some battle scar healing as well. So when Chiron goes retrograde, it's like going back into the hotel room, make sure we cleaned up everything before we leave for good. So this is go back in and do the healing work. Chiron is all about your wounded healer, that deep internal, like, I don't feel good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. So Aries needs you to take action and do the work of the healing. Do the exercises. It's almost like you had a new shoulder replacement or something, right? And it's a sore, it's wounded, but you got to go to your physical therapy so you can stretch it and you can take action and do the exercises that get you through the healing process so it doesn't like lock up. So this is what we have to do with Chiron in Aries and going retrograde. We got to go back and do our physical therapy. Is there one more transit? Did I miss one?
Yeah, we actually have, well, there's two more. On July 28th, Neptune is in a sextile to Pluto. And then on July 29th, we have the Sun in a sextile. Oh no, this is still. So this is the last one, Neptune sextile to Pluto.
Okay. All right, that's the 28th. Got it.
And the last for the rest of the month, because they're very slow moving planets.
Yep.
Yeah.
What an interesting July.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I wish all of you the best on the 21st of July. Whew, that was the doozy of the month. That was like the home run transit day of the month, July 21st. So be prepared for that. The 15th was another one. Make sure you're real patient with yourself with that Uranus and Mars conjunction in Taurus. We can do this, you guys. We can do this.
We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, July feels I like I would expect July to be like, you know, going into Leo season and things heat up a bit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today, listening to the transits. I hope this was helpful for you and that you kind of have a flavor of the month of July. And we can't wait to hear how this goes for you. Please tell us what your comments are and what you think of this and how this comes out for you. We love to see the stories and hear the stories of how this plays out. So let us know. We would love to hear. And tune in next time. We can't wait to see you guys again. Take care.
See you there. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Ram and Goat Astrology. You can support the show by buying us a coffee or a tea. Link in the show notes. Your financial support means the world to us. Join us next time.